Hi everybody, this is Azita Sach, and today's video is dedicated to the human rights of your children. Every parent wants to have a good child, healthy child, and see the prosperity of the child. But sometimes parents knowingly or unknowingly invade the rights of their children just because they are small beings, small human beings. Now, what are the human rights of a child? The human right of a child is that his physical entity, sexual entity, and psychological entity is being protected by the parent. Now, how protected by the parent from the parent himself or herself and from others? A lot of times parents are the invaders and they have to learn how to protect their children from their own selves. A parent who cannot control his emotions and dump it on the child is invading the child's emotional being. A parent who is angry and hits the child not only invades the physical existence of the child, but also invades the psychological existence of the child. A parent who loses his stability emotionally, all of a sudden becomes unstable, starts shouting and screaming, or invades the other spouse's psychological space, hits the other partner, insults the other partner, and the child witnesses that, also invades the child's emotional space. So we as parents have to watch that if we are damaging our children and protect them against our own selves. And how does that mean? Not to dump it on them. Be aware, get help to fix ourselves. A child is not our dumpster. A child is a human being. Also, a child is not our toy. We did not bring a child to satisfy our own needs through the child, to ask the child to become who we wanted to become and we didn't have a chance to. This is invasion of the human rights of our child. The child comes to this world to become the best of him or herself. The child has its own makeup. It's not you and it's not your spouse. It cannot fulfill your wishes or your spouse's wishes. That is a doll, that is a robot. Another human right for a child is to be nourished by the parent. I'm making a distinction between protecting the child and nourishing the child. Now, nourishing the child is not only physical nourishment, to give him or her food. It's not intellectual nourishment, which is taking the child to school. These are excellent and we have to do it. But we also have to nourish the child's psyche, the child's emotions. Now, what is poison? And people think it's nourishment for the child's psyche. Poisons are as follows: shaming a child with the label of teaching the child to be better. That is not nourishing the child. That is poisoning the child's psyche. Putting guilt on the child making the child responsible for us, for the grown-ups, making them responsible to make us feel good, to help us, to sustain us. These are all poison. These are not nourishment. We are depleting the child. Insulting the child verbally, with our words, with our body language, with our gestures, with our tone of voice, bringing them down, shaming them. These are poisoning the child's psyche, and as a result, invading their human rights. A child needs respect. It's his human rights to be respected. Now, I'm gonna look and see what I forgot. Right. A child has the right to say no. It is the human right of a child to say no, I don't want to, I don't like this, and I hate it. It is the human right of the child to be able to express feelings without being punished. It is the human right of a child to be able to cry and not be called a sissy, a little one, a weak one, just because he's sad. It is the right of a child to say to the parent, I hate you, and not be hit by the parent. It is the right of the child to say, I'm scared, and not be shamed by the parent. What kind of a child are you? Brave children are not scared. So my dear friends, your child right is to be able to express feelings, to express thoughts freely. The child is not your slave to do what you want the child to do, to follow what you want the child to follow. Slavery is over with, and unfortunately a lot of parents give themselves permission to enslave their children because of the fact that they are parents. My dear friends, parent is not the slave master, is not supposed to be the slave master. Children are not your properties. They are the blessings from God. And you wanted them. Even if you didn't want them, you brought them to this world. They deserve respect for the mere fact that they are human beings. They have souls that can get really injured and bleed for the rest of their lives. Now, a child has a right to play without anxiety and fear. The parent should create a safe environment for the child so the child plays. The child play is the child's way of growing up emotionally, intellectually. It is through the play that the child can navigate the world, can make sense of the world, and can rain a storm, can exert power, feel strong, problem solve, and regulate, calms his emotions down. Playing is essential for a child, but not every kind of a play. If a child is scared all the time that she is going to be attacked physically, sexually, and emotionally by the parent, or if the child feels that a loved one is going to be attacked physically, sexually, and emotionally by the other parent, does not feel safe to play, this child will be traumatized for the rest of his life. And a trauma child can never play, can never have peace. It's the human right of a child to understand what peace is, and it is the responsibility of the parent to provide that peace for the child as much as possible. When you become the parent, you have responsibilities. Please do not dump it on your children to become your own parent, to take care of you, or to bring your wishes come true. It's completely opposite, and it is your responsibility. Now, let me see if I have anything left to tell you here. I think I have covered everything. Please do not confide in your children. Talk to your friends. You're invading your child's psyche if you confide to them for support, for comfort. Protect them physically, sexually, and emotionally from anybody and anything that can harm them, including your own self, and nourish them as much as you can. Let them become their full potential selves, to grow and become an amazing individuals that when you see, you would feel so proud of yourselves and enjoy their joy. Please, the last comment that I have here is, do not give conditional love to your children. It is the human right of your child to get love that is unconditional. The child is not a dog to be treated with a bone when she follows your orders, and take away the bone of love when she is not following. A child's treatment and education and parenting should not be based on conditional love. Don't take love out of the child and give that love to the child. Do not condition the child like that. You rape her psyche by doing that. I'm sorry I'm using the word rape because it's essential for you to understand how damaging that is. Again, I know everybody wants to be a good parent, and it was my intention to bring it to reality for you, to bring it to your awareness. What are the damages that can be caused from you and from others to the child? I hope you found this video helpful. I am on Instagram Monday mornings, 11 a.m. Los Angeles time. Please feel free to bring your questions there. It is under my name, Azita Sach, and I hope you really took advantage of this video to become the best parent that you want to be and you can be. Thank you.